wheel bearing time. Time to see what RockAuto did actually send us. Let's make sure this is correct. This is a nice little unboxing. Supposed to be satisfactory. I'll raise you up some. There we go. Nice. Little magnet. I always like those. A lot of packaging for this box. Yes, hub 397. That does fit for the Raptor. So let's make sure. Hopefully this is correct. Boy, this battery is heavy. Is that right there? So I'm gonna make sure and verify. Yep. So they're the inner splines. The actual wheel bearing itself is probably bad as this part right here. Yeah. So that's where the hub free spins. So there's probably inner and outer bearing. But this is for four-wheel drive. Pass through. There we go. Now we get to work.
Alright guys, you want to start by blocking and chalking and lifting the vehicle and getting it prepped so you can remove the tire. You will have to unfortunately remove the rotor, the brake caliper mounting bracket, and the caliper itself, so you'll need one of those hooks, that way it doesn't dangle from the brake line hose. But once you get that out of the way, it's pretty clear access to remove the actual hub bearing assembly itself.
Alright guys, so you can see all the grease I put on it from before, but this is the wheel hub assembly. So it all comes out, you have to take off this first, start with the ABS sensor, goes all the way up by the airbox, at least on the driver's side. And this will just wiggle out right past the dust shield there, not a big deal. These 4 bolts on the back side were 18mm bolts, and it was about 129 foot-pounds. But so far this seems to be the culprit. I do believe that bluing shows where it's overheating, and that vibration is probably where it's coming from. So we're gonna get the new one hooked up on, and give it a spin and see if that sound's gone. So let's get on it. If you want to see them side by side, there's the new one, there's the old one. Got that bluing. It seems like that's kind of a natural part of it. Maybe it's just part of that assembly process, but I did notice that the rubbing sound seems to be hardcore on this driver's side, and no matter what I did. So you take, a hard left, you're really pushing in to the passenger side, because if you lean over to the right, hard left, sound got quieter. Do a hard right, you lean to the driver's side, got worse. So I'm 90% sure what's wrong with it. But let's go get this bastard swapped on over. Alright, fellas. I'm going to do a startup by putting some Loctite on these bolts. I have them in orientation that they came off. Left, right, top, bottom. As you can hear my ducks approaching. Kind of funny, get your ducks in a row. Ha ha ha. So I'm going to start. I need to grease this up first. My bad. Bauer from Harbor Freight. You guys got to put this stuff to the test. It's like a ketchup dispenser. Actually, needle bearing moved up the inside. You can see what I'm doing. Try to make sure that everything that is metal to metal surface has contact with grease. And this. And if you see, it's got an O-ring on it, which helps it block out moisture, keep in lubrication. There we go. X this off here. You're gonna end up wiping that off. For a second. This slide right behind the heat shield for the dust shield. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Seated. Get at least one bolt in that keeps it from coming back out. Top side bolt. That's that boy started. The downside of the Raptor is these knuckles are super deep compared to a regular F-150. Looks like the other two, even with torque wrenches, it's going to just be hard to get in there, so have to be patient. Wrong. Double check that torque spec. Yes. I wanted to be fully accurate for you guys. It is 129 foot-pounds on these 4 holding the hub in. And I don't want to tell you guys anything that I don't find myself to be accurate, at least for even me doing it, because this is my vehicle and this is what I use. So if it's safe for me and what I deem necessary for me and my family, and I feel like it's safe to share with you guys. So let's set our torque wrench to 120 plus 4, or 125 plus 4. My bad. But to be a mechanic, they say you had to be smart. Math. Who can calculate? Hello. These left hand or front side ones are gonna suck a little more. Should be pushing down. Easy peasy, see? Anybody could do this. Gonna go ahead and hook up the speed wheel sensor. Right. It's only 13 foot-pounds, so I don't even feel like I need to measure it. Let's just get on there snug-a-dugga. You can even watch the CV axle draw in. I'm gonna make sure that it aligns up the splines. Hear that? Alright, it clicked in. Watch it draw in. Ready to see my ducks. They're over here chasing down other ducks. It's kind of funny. When you go to put in these massive bolts for your caliper mounting bracket, they're 184 foot-pounds. Don't it up. See, I'm skipping a step. I'm gonna have the rotor on. Man. Aren't you glad I'm all new? I like to do these without the impact just to make sure they don't cross thread. You want to make sure that these go in nice, proper, centered, and you can kind of torque them down one by one. Kind of make sure it goes in evenly. You don't have to, but it's what I like to do. Now, put it on this big bastard. 184 foot-pounds. Check it. 175 plus 5 plus 4. Get me a wheel speed sensor back in place. Always back up to the top. Find it up there. Show you guys. There's the new one right here. It's got a plug in right there. So I'm doing some of this blind. Good fit. No, not a good fit. There you go. Heard that click? Yeah. Pulling it reverse. It's not coming out. There you go. Yay! All right, now it's time to double check this. That's all in place. That's done. Everything's back in place. We got the CV axle, that's bolted back down. Ooh, that's some little shavings right there. But as you can see, there's the top bolt, bottom bolt, and then there's a top bolt, and then a magical matching one on the opposite side. So that is the hub bearing replacement. When you go to put your wheels back on, they are 150 foot-pounds. Other than that, set it back down on the ground and take it for a test drive. Yeah, all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's finish putting this on and then take it for test spin. Absolutely dead quiet, the way it should be. You hear that? Good, because if you don't hear it, that's the whole point. But thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. We'll catch you in the next one.